Welcome back, everybody. I'm chilling here a couple of days before Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm here with Yin Yang. She's one of my little babies. We have 5 cats. She's the youngest of them. We've got a mom and 4 babies. Well, they're not birth babies. They're about 3 or 4 years old now, I think. So anyways, got some more juicy stories for you guys today. This one I'm pretty sure is probably going to be a 2-parter. I don't think it's going to make it in the 15-minute mark. But anyways, I won't waste any more time, so let's get started. This story is going to be about famous people that I've come into some sort of encounter with, either met or ran into or have seen or have come close to meeting, I guess. So the first one was when I was really young, probably about 8 or 9. Most of you younger people may not know who this, not even really a person, I guess, is. Or if maybe if you don't follow sports, which I don't really anymore. But as a kid, I was really into basketball, the Chicago Bulls. Mostly, I think, just because I liked Dennis Rodman. I thought he was a wacky dude. But anyways, so I had gone to a basketball game with my dad. It was the last, before the Washington Wizards, they were called the Washington Bullets. And the Bullets had a mascot named Hoops, who was like a basketball head with sunglasses. He was basically just like a big basketball hoop. Anyways, I came to that. It was the last game of the Washington Bullets, and it was the Bullets versus the Bulls, and I had gone to the game all decked out in my in my jersey. Hold on one second. Sorry, cats they're needy, they're spoiled. But anyways, so I had gone to this game with my dad, and I had I think it was a Michael Jordan jersey on, and this is actually the first time that I was on TV, the second time I was on TV, that's a story that could probably be a video of its own, but I'll save that for another time. So I guess me and my dad were walking to get some like snacks or whatever, and we run into Hoops. He's just walking by, and he comes up to me. And first I'm a little confused because there's like cameras like kind of running around and they're on me, and Hoops comes and takes my jersey and pulls it over my head. And that ended up, I think some people said they saw it on TV, like when I went to school the next day. Ended up being like a commercial for the game or something. So let's see. After that, right, the first probably like actual celebrity, I guess, that I ran into. And this, I didn't actually get to meet him. But it was Harrison Ford was taping this movie. I think it was called Random Hearts, and it was in Bethesda, the town that I grew up in. And I remember I was on the school bus. I was going to my friend's house that day, because I guess this was just happen chance. I wasn't really like seeking to go out to see this, but I'd going to my friend's house that day, and his bus was passing by the filming of this movie, and I remember kind of like that day because I remember that day because of this whole event. But one thing I remember in particular on the bus was that it was during the time when that Bare Naked Ladies song was on the radio, where the line is like about Harrison Ford, and all the like girls on the bus were like singing that and screaming, and so yeah, we pulled up They let us like stop to watch like a couple minutes of it, and we got to see Harrison Ford acting in the scene for this movie. I don't think I ever saw the movie when it came out. Didn't really look like my cup of tea. But I don't know. You can put, if it was a good movie, if you happen to have seen it and it was a good movie, drop it in the comments. You know, which I'm always looking for new movies to watch. So let's see. The third encounter that I had was with, you know, still probably one of my favorite bands. Still one of my favorite bands. Not their best lineup, but also not their worst lineup. When we were in 8th grade, I believe, and me and my friends saw that the Misfits were coming to do this record signing to go along with their new CD that was coming out. It was pretty good. It was a split with this Japanese band called Balzac. And now this lineup, it was Jerry Only, who was singing and playing bass, Des Cadena from Black Flag, and Marky Ramone playing drums. And I think, you know, there was a pretty, you know, they wrote some good songs. You know, I think Jerry Only's a better singer than Michael Graves was by a long shot. Still doesn't, you know, wasn't the original Misfits, but it was cool, you know, because we got to meet Jerry Only, and Des and Marky Ramone, you know, who was another one of my heroes as a young drummer. So we went to this record signing at Tower Records, and yeah, I think there's a picture of one of the pictures on my Facebook. But you know, Jerry Only, you know, we were there, you know, all these people lined up for when they came in, and Jerry Only was a huge dude, you know, like especially, you know, when you're 13. So he came in, like, you know, like, yeah, what's up, everybody? And like his muscles are like bigger than our heads. So, you know, I guess the line, you know, we all got our chance to get up front, and they're all very nice. You know, I think Jerry Only, being kind of a family man, he would take two of us and pick us up like with his arms. And so yeah, we all got to like take pictures with them. And I remember my friend Greg, who was one of the guitar players in our band in high school. He was always kind of more of a metal fan, but I mean he was a fan of the Misfits, but you know, I guess he wasn't really. He just kind of came along to have fun with us, but he didn't really hadn't thought out. He hadn't wore his Misfits shirt to sign or whatever, so he just went up to Marky Ramone and he was like, "Can you sign my arm?" And like, you could tell Marky Ramone thought it was funny, even though he's kind of a monotone dude and doesn't really laugh very much. He was like, "Ha, okay," and he like signed his arm, and I got my T-shirt signed, and like, you know, I got one of the CDs, so that was a pretty cool experience early on in life. And then we saw them play on that tour like a month or two later. Greg actually came with me to that too. And yeah, it was cool seeing like the Misfits play like their songs with Marky Ramone playing drums, because you know their songs are all like a bit faster than Ramone's songs, but he still played all the songs in like Ramone's fashion, where he was playing the beat, like, you know, like, but you know, to songs that were faster. It was like he wouldn't split it into halftime, so he was playing drums like this beat tremendously fast. I mean, any of you who listen to punk know it. That's what Marky Ramone is known for. Anyways, let's see. Moving on. Oh yeah. Another I guess punk icon that we got to meet when we were younger was Ian Mackay. You know, he was in DC. You know, he lived in DC, so most people in DC have seen him or talked to him. He'd come to the shows at Fort Reno pretty frequently, which is, you know, there's a stage. It's at pretty much the same where I told, like, the same hill where my friend had thrown that smashed watermelon on the cop's head. On the other side of that hill is this Fort Reno stage where they would have free shows during the summer, like once every Thursday, I believe, and those were always some of our favorite shows to go to, because you know, I mean, we loved going to shows in middle school and in high school, but you know, like we always like didn't have much money, and like our parents didn't really. You know, they would always try and hound us, like trying to get home early if we wanted to go to a show that would go late into the night. But these shows would be kind of in the afternoon into the evening. A lot of them weren't like punk or hardcore shows, but we still got to see lots of really cool shows. Like I remember the first one I saw there was Bob Mould from Husker Du, and like Black Eyes was another band that was good to see early on. But anyways, one time we ran into Ian MacKaye there, and you know, we were all kind of seeing him from a distance, and like, you know, it was like, this was still our younger days of listening to punk rock, so it still, you know, had the kind of tough edge to it that we found exciting. So seeing him in the distance, we were, you know, a little bit nervous. Like we wanted to go say something, but you know, we were all talking and like figuring out how we're gonna do this. And like we imagined like if he would walk by, like my friend was like, I'm just gonna run away and be like, no. But I don't know. Somehow we worked the courage to go over and talk to him, and he was a very nice dude. You know, I mean, probably in his like late 40s or early 50s at the time, and you know, I think it was pretty cool. You know, I think early on, kind of starting to see that like a lot of the, you know, the people that that we looked up to were all really nice people, and yeah, I mean, it was, you know, just we had a lot of fun, positive experiences with punk rock early on, and so that's why, you know, we stuck with it. Yeah, I think we saw Henry Rollins at one of those at one of those shows too, but we didn't talk to him at that point. Let's see. Okay, so then this is probably around the same year also. This is one that I didn't actually get to meet her personally, but this was the first punk rock show I'd ever gone to actually. You know, my friend had brought us to see the Distillers, and this is before they had gotten like, you know, as huge as they had become. You know, they were actually the supporting band for Sick of It All, and opening for them was the Suicide Machines, and this band Trial by Fire that was really awesome. It was a really good show, but anyways, it was my friend's birthday, and like, I guess somebody like the tour manager or something came down, and like they, you know, they were all like, everybody was kind of surprised to see us, like with my friend's mom, because we were like by far the youngest people at this show, and you know, we were like these 12-year-old kids with like green hair, and I think I had bleached my hair, and then my parents were like told me like that was all I could do. They were already pretty upset about that. But I went into the bathroom anyways, like when I got home from bleaching my hair, and dyed the whole front of my hair pink. So we went to this show, and somebody had like came down to like, so we heard that it's one of your guys' birthdays. Brody says you and one of you guys can go up to meet her. And my friend chose Greg. Again, he, like, not even really being much of a punk fan, he was the lucky one that got to go up and meet her. So they went up and met Brody. They came back down and told us, you know, about the experience. It seemed like pretty awesome. You know, she was telling them about like ghosts she's run into, and showed them the tattoo on her ass. So yeah, I mean, that was, I wish that I had been one of the ones that got to go upstairs, but it was still cool. Like, that show was a lot of fun to begin with. I remember before the show, we had went to this restaurant called Eat Bertha's Mussels, and we made stickers out of they gave us these stickers. We made gloves out of them and handed them out to all the like punks in line, so everybody had these mittens made out of stickers. Looks like I got about 8 seconds left, so thanks for tuning in. There's going to be another part of this soon, so stay tuned. Peace out, y'all.